Hi, I'm Amy, a computer toucher / pervert.
And I'm Beth, a word enjoyer.
And this is Shitpost Mortem.
A podcast where we overthink stupid ideas.
Post-mortems for shitposts, if you will.
Also, we might trick you into learning about robots or something, I don't know.
We do talk about robots a lot.
They come up it's not intentional, but they do come up a lot.
So...
Oh, did you want to play the intro music?
Oh, of course I did.
Shit postmortem.
All right. Our first idea. Aliens who found a piano. They don't know about humans, but they found a piano. You want to talk about that more?
Yeah, so to me, this is once again a kind of far side coded idea. I can't quantify that, but that feels right to me.
Mm-hmm.
Where basically they look at a piano and they're like, it has 3 pedals for 3 feet to operate.
Mm-hmm.
And it has 88 keys. They must have had 88 fingers.
I love having 88 fingers. Do you think they had like 8 hands and each one had 11 fingers, maybe?
I was imagining 2 hands and each one had 44.
Oh, I don't see why not.
Although, I guess maybe they have 11 hands and each one has 8 fingers. Or, I don't know, they could be theoretically asymmetrical. Although I can't actually think of any animals that have a differing number of, digits on their left versus right.
Yeah, not that I know of. Maybe there's some weird creature out there.
There's some that have different on their sort of hind versus forelimbs. Like, I think some raptor dinosaurs had 3 toes and 2 fingers
but
or something like that.
But that feels more normal, right?
Yeah.
Because I feel like a lot, I'm not saying every creature has bilateral symmetry, that's sort of left-right.
Yeah, but certainly a lot of them,
super common.
Certainly most vertebrates, most fish, including the cartilaginous ones, most crustaceans, including insects.
Yeah, I will say there are some interesting cases where you have birds or whatever that are asymmetrical, but there's typically reasons for it.
Or there's some snakes that have asymmetrical fangs, but it's because they eat a species of snail where their shells are biased towards...
Yeah, right. A lot of the time,
I forget if it's clockwise or...
they eat some prey that's not symmetrical.
Yeah.
So then they're like, I will simply evolve to be asymmetrical.
I remember reading about a snail in a zoo where they're having trouble finding a snail that had compatible chirality. So it was having trouble fucking.
Oh, wait, that's kind of an intriguing thing. It's you can imagine. Well, this reminds me of ducks too. A little bit.
The corkscrew penises.
The corkscrew penises. Because I was going to say, what if humans had corkscrew penises and almost everyone's went clockwise, but yours went counterclockwise?
Well, maybe it's handedness.
Yeah,
imagine if left-handed people could only fuck other left-handed people or something.
It's an interesting concept.
My new YA dystopia or something. No, they wouldn't do that. It's the fucking part that they wouldn't do.
The YA dystopia, it's called lefties.
Oh yeah, I don't see why not. It's kind of like uglies or something.
Yeah. But yeah, if you don't know about ducks, they have weird penises.
They sure do.
And I believe female ducks have evolved increasingly elaborate vaginas.
Some of them have are maze-like. They literally have a false dead ends.
Yeah.
It's kind of wild.
Yeah, and I will say, just to be clear, most birds don't have dicks.
Yeah, basically, specifically the waterfowl.
Yeah,
I think
they do.
Yeah, but most birds sort of, they had an ancestor that had them, but now they just all have one whole cloaca.
The birdaceae? Yeah,
the birdaceae.
Wait, so if I'm remembering correctly, the waterfowl re-evolved penises, is that right?
I don't remember either way.
Okay. Yeah. You can fact check that. All right, our next idea.
Okay, this is a Beth idea, it's kind of a general idea. The implementation's up to you, but it's just choosing what text if you use just based on the silliest names to drop in a conversation. So, I could be using my ploopy to browse on floorp.
Yeah, okay, what the fuck are those?
So ploopy is... They make partially 3D printed mice and ergonomic mice and trackballs and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
And floorp is a fork of Firefox. I think it's Japanese.
Oh, okay.
I don't know why either of these are called what they are.
Yeah. It does raise some questions. I was just thinking, you were talking about ergonomic mice. What if an ergonomic mice was just a little mouse that was nice to hold in your hand?
Hell yeah. Yes, please.
Yeah, I'll say I have an ergonomic mouse. It's a Logitech. It's pretty good. But actually, speaking about left-handed and right-handedness, they only make a right-handed version.
Yeah, I think that's kind of shitty of them.
They said if you're left-handed, get fucked.
Yeah.
Because this mouse is really asymmetrical. Like, there's obviously mice where the handedness doesn't matter. This is not one of them.
Yeah, I mean, the most it would matter on a normal mouse is, I guess, left click versus right click, sort of. But you could probably
can change that
in
in OS
software.
settings. You can.
Okay.
Yes.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Yes, you can. Oh yeah, I just wanted to take this time to complain about the fucking Magic Mouse, the Apple Magic Mouse. I hate that thing.
Why do you have to turn it over to charge it? You can't use it while charging it. That's fucking stupid.
It's the world's flattest mouse, which I also don't like.
I love hand cramps.
Yeah, exactly. It's so unergonomic, if you ask me.
I really think they went for like streamlined aesthetic over all practical
Yeah, they were like,
considerations.
but it looks nice. It's like, I could have the world's ugliest mouse, and if it was ergonomic, it worked well. That's perfect for me.
I've honestly seen some YouTube videos basically. You know the like thermoplastic I have where you put in hot water and then it's moldable?
Yeah.
I've seen people try to make like
nice.
an ergonomic mouse for them specifically with that. And of course it looks bad,
Yeah, right. Sure.
but
That's
it's
not the
got their
point.
literal fingerprints on it. But you know, you can fit it to your hand because it's literally moldable.
Yeah, that's kind of neat. Also, speaking of fingerprints, fun fact, did you know twins don't have the same fingerprints?
This was actually a major thing, like in the history of like forensic criminology, is there was a pair of twins, I think in the UK, who had been accused of poaching, and they were sort of both covering for each other.
Right.
But they managed to a guy managed to prosecute one of them because they found fingerprints.
Damn, Beth, this is bad, terrible news for us.
I know, right?
Because I would love to do a crime, and then I do a crime, I pin it on you. You do a crime, you pin it on me. They can't prove who did it.
That's right.
Scot-free. Get out of jail free.
That's
card.
how that works, right?
It would be cool. I mean, well, you were just saying it's not how it works, but what if it was?
Yeah.
Oh, also, speaking of this general subject, I have a doppelganger.
Oh,
seemingly.
yes, the doppel. Not me.
Not Beth. That would be normal, like, because we're twins. But she appears to be named Grace. She seems to live relatively close to us. Actually, our friend Nikki did a podcast episode where they talked about this a bunch on Dialopod. That's at dialopod.net if you want to check that out.
Or there's a phone number you can call.
Yes, which I don't remember off the top of my head. I guess I can check. It's 607 call pod. That's 607 call pod. Yeah, check it out.
It's an infomercial now. CALLPOD.
I don't know what numbers that is. Okay, you're gonna have to figure that out.
It's fine. Every phone, like the dial pad, has the letters.
Yeah, that's true.
on the numbers. You don't have to remember. It's fine.
Also, speaking of phone numbers, I was talking about this recently. Nobody knows phone numbers anymore.
That's true.
Literally, I don't know Beth's phone number.
Yeah, I didn't remember. I remember the start of Amy's, but I forgot the end. Yeah. It's because several of our family members have almost identical phone numbers, but the last two digits are different. Yeah. So I forgot which one it was.
Yeah, exactly. Well, that honestly does make it a little confusing. Did it end with 60? Did it end with 80?
Yeah. Did it end with 81?
Yeah, it's true. All right, I'll say this next idea. I think this is one of mine. This is something I cooked up. All right, this is a service that mails you a 1 centimeter cube of any element. You get to pick the element. Mm-hmm. They'll mail it to you in like a little box.
Yeah. Wow, I love my 1 centimeter cube of polonium. That's so cool.
You will not regret owning a 1 centimeter cube of polonium.
Also, don't ask me how this works for gases.
Well, let's say it's like an airtight box.
Okay.
How much gas is actually
how
in
much?
there?
But what do you mean by 1 centimeter cube, though? Because it's so compressible.
That's true. Okay, we'll have to work out some of the details.
I mean, maybe you could, cool it to the point of becoming a liquid or even a solid, but...
It's not going to stay cooled unless you have, a really fancy box, though.
Yeah, that's true. Anyway, we were trying to figure out what the most valuable element would be, but what we figured out is 1 centimeter, 1 cubic centimeter
not
is
much.
Not... even for a valuable metal, it's not going to be worth that much.
Yeah, it's just not a lot of material, it turns out. Whereas, a meter cube is gigantic. It's fucking huge.
Yeah, if you had a 1 centimeter cube of palladium, it's not it's not going to be a life-changing amount of money. I did the math. But if you had a 1 meter cube of, palladium, yeah, you're going to be set for life.
Yeah. And I will say, of course, talking about 1 meter cubes, I think Minecraft, theoretically, the cubes are 1 meter.
Yes, yeah.
Which does raise some questions. Oh, yes, I just simply have 64 blocks of 1 meter by 1 meter by 1 meter of solid gold. I'm just carrying this around.
At one point, I think some friends and I did the math, And even if somehow you were, you had super strength or something, it's actually so much weight that the exertion from lifting it would generate so much waste heat that it would actually be hotter than lava.
Okay, that's really funny. You gotta love doing math like that.
Yeah, like there's no way, it's not physically possible.
It's simply not possible.
It's definitely not.
It's funny to think about. I will say this also implies that Minecraft Steve is fucking gigantic.
Well, yes, basically Minecraft player characters are like 2 meters tall. They're
Yeah.
like a little bit under 2 meters tall.
Which is quite tall. I mean, obviously there are actual humans who are that tall, but they're also fucking wide, I'll tell you.
And they're also like a meter wide and a meter deep, which
Yeah.
I've never met anyone built quite like that.
Yeah.
Minecraft Steve is just
Yeah.
built different.
Well, or I guess some of the other Minecraft characters.
Well, yeah.
Also, I know they added Alex to the game, and then I think later on they added
Yeah, they added
more.
several more, but I don't remember the ones they added later because I
And
was
then
less invested by
They
then.
kind of retroactively were like, oh, all the characters are gender neutral. And I'm like, I don't think Steve, when they made Steve, was meant to be gender neutral.
You think this
to
large,
be honest.
you think the big blocky guy who kind of looks like he has stubble and is named Steve is gender neutral?
Yeah, I mean,
I'm not so sure.
I'm not saying that someone like that couldn't be sort of...
Yeah, but I don't think that like
That was the intention.
if
at
you
the
know what
time.
like Notch's politics
Yeah.
are like, I doubt that was his intention.
Yeah,
you
it's
know?
hard to believe that was the intention at the time.
So I mean Hatsune Miku's politics
Hatsune
because she
Miku.
made Minecraft. Of
Wait,
course.
are you saying Hatsune Miku is like a right-wing reactionary?
No. I'm saying Notch is, which is why it's good he didn't make Minecraft, and it's good that Hatsune
I
Miku
see.
made
Oh,
Minecraft.
Okay, yes, I understand.
So Minecraft, you can like Minecraft without it being problematic because it totally wasn't made by a guy who sucks. Don't even worry about it.
Yes.
Well, okay, he has been fully like locked out.
Yeah,
of it.
he's not involved. At least.
Not that Microsoft is great as a company either, though.
No.
But it's
not
in a
so
different
much.
way.
Yeah. All right. You want to talk about this next one?
Yeah, this is a Beth idea. So do you know, Amy, do you want to explain real quick what a mutex lock is?
Yeah. So a mutex is an abbreviation. It's search for what, like mutual exclusion or something.
Yeah.
It's kind of a bit of a computer science concept, but the idea is you have a lock and only one thing can have it at a time. You can't have everyone having the lock. A lock is basically a way of being like, hey, I'm going to sort of block off this access to this thing because someone else is using it. That's sort of a way you can think about it.
Yeah. So it's a way to have it so like only one thread or whatever can use a resource at a different time.
That's right.
Yeah. So the idea is try to implement that, but with like a pair of chastity cages.
Right, so you're saying only one can be unlocked at a time?
Yeah, that's what
Yeah.
I was thinking.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right, and like how many people? Like, is it just two?
I
Is it
said-
like
yeah, I said a
right,
pair.
sorry. Yeah,
I said
you're
a pair
sorry.
multiple
but,
times,
Right, you
Amy.
could have. I'm just saying you could do it with more. There's no reason you couldn't.
I mean, I guess, but a pair is the minimum, and that seems like the easiest to set up. in
But
theory.
you know what I'm thinking about? The whole polycule.
Oh, okay, I see. Only one person in the polycule gets to get out of chastity at a time or something.
Exactly, yeah.
Sure. I guess you could make it. You sell it as two, but then you can get additional ones
Yeah.
or something.
Yeah,
for an
yeah.
added
Like
fee.
you sell a 2-pack, but you can buy some more.
Yeah.
I mean, don't get me wrong. I do think there are people who would be into this.
Yeah, like sure. The main question is how to set it up in like software because you're gonna have to have
Right.
software. I think.
Right. Yeah. No. I mean, I think you have to have software unless you literally are like physically connecting. Imagine an elaborate mechanical system that is physically connecting the chastity cage.
Yeah, that seems incredibly impractical for a lot of reasons.
Yeah.
Fucking Rube Goldberg machine chastity cage.
I mean, that sounds kind of good though, right?
Good in what sense?
Funny.
Okay, yes, it sounds funny. I'll agree with that.
Yeah. I mean, I would say. I haven't looked that much into like smart chastity cages. I know they exist because someone, which I think it might have been a hoax, but at some point someone was like, people couldn't unlock their smart chastity cage because of an AWS outage or something like that. I think it may not have actually been true. But it's very conceptually funny, to be honest.
It is kind of. Oh no, I can't come because AWS is out.
Yeah, I'm getting it.
Damn.
Yeah, denial, cloud denial.
Denied orgasm by Jeff Bezos himself.
Yeah. But yeah, I mean, I suspect a lot of stuff like that tends to Bluetooth pair or something like that with a smartphone or a computer or whatever. And so, yeah, you'd probably pair it with like an app or something, and then the app would talk to something in the cloud, and everyone had to have accounts that were associated with each other. I mean, it's definitely doable.
Wait, I'm sorry. You have to get an app and make accounts.
In all honesty, yeah, probably. I don't know how else it would work. I do hate downloading an app. I've said it before.
I also hate having to make a new account.
Yeah, I do admittedly hate making an account. Okay, actually, this is a brand new idea that I've just come up with, which is, okay, it's an app. It doesn't make you an account. It doesn't make you make an account, I mean. However, you identify yourself by taking pictures of your dick. They have penis recognition technology.
Okay, well, anyway, if anyone who works at Grindr is listening.
Yeah.
I'm just saying, if Grindr wanted to like train a classifier AI or something on dick pics.
Oh, they have so much data.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Yeah.
Like some may say
too much data.
Yeah. Yeah, I'll say I not to go into it too much. As part of my doppelganger hunt, I reactivated Grindr and God, Grindr sad.
Yeah.
It's not good.
Well, do you want an ad for the worst podcast conceivable?
Oh, right. Sorry. God. Are you talking about the Gavin Newsom one?
Yes.
I mean, I saw that in Blue Sky.
Oh, okay. My bad.
But it was like Gavin Newsom with Ben Shapiro, which is so awful. So rancid.
Nightmare blunt rotation.
Yeah, actually. Man. Yeah, so this podcast, let me tell you, I think no matter what, it's got to be at least 1 million times better than that podcast.
Yeah. At least like the combined politics of Gavin Newsom and Ben Shapiro. God. Oh no.
Yeah. Yeah, so going back to Grindr, so first off, within literally like 30 seconds of reactivating, I got a dick pic, which is like, of course I did. That's the Grindr experience. But also, man, they've shoved so many fucking ads into Grindr for like the most dog shit mobile games imaginable.
Yeah, okay, that makes sense. That's kind of like you want to put a bunch of ads in an app and you don't have that much to advertise. Just advertise horrible mobile games. Well, a mobile game where you go side to side between two lanes doing basic arithmetic or some shit.
Yeah, the one I keep getting ads for is like some sort of Bejeweled type shit where there's like a king who's going to get crushed on the spikes. And I'm like, no. I want the king to get crushed on the spikes.
Oh, I can't actually tell which game you mean because there are two almost identical games that have ads exactly like that. I
couldn't say. I absorbed nothing about the actual game. I'm sure the actual game isn't like that.
Yeah, the thing is, from what I can tell, a lot of these mobile game ads are not accurate representations of the actual gameplay.
I think literally they did like fucking testing to determine what would engage people the most, and then they just made the ads based on that. It has nothing to do with what they're advertising.
Yeah, like I watched a video about how there are a bunch of mobile games where the advertised segments are something that like gets engagement as part of an ad, and then they made that like a mini game in the actual game. Because the ad sort of games are designed to maximize engagement, and people immediately be like, I get how to play this. Right. So it'll be stuff like, literally
super
basic arithmetic.
Simple, right?
It'll be like, oh, the guy who has a 1 above his head goes and fights the guy who has another 1, and now the guy has a 2 above his head. Yeah, I know.
Another classic is they show someone playing it badly.
Right. To try to infuriate you into being like...
rage bait you into being like, I could do better than that.
Yeah. But then the actual games, the bulk of it is, instead of being designed to maximize engagement, it's designed to have like frustrating real-time waiting where you can skip it by getting the money.
Yeah.
It'll be like... So there's a bunch of shit mobile games that are like sort of base building, maybe with some kind of gotcha elements, where it's like, oh, for your next base or whatever to finish building, you have to wait like 10 real world hours, or you can spend $10 to buy 49 gems and you need 50 gems to skip or whatever.
Ate that shit. Yeah, that's real. Right, and so Grindr, of course, going back to that, is full of ads and also is constantly trying to upsell you, which is just not good.
I think a lot of dating apps
are just miserable.
Yeah.
They're trying to wring out literally all the money they can.
I think it might be the tech company thing where they've run out of organic user base growth, so now they're trying to wring more money out of the users they already do have.
Wow, enshittification?
Yeah, platform enshittification.
Yeah. I will say, before. Going back to talking about basically the the people playing mobile games intentionally badly in order to infuriate people.
Yeah.
People say that Northern Lion does that, but unintentionally.
Yeah, I think he just doesn't always, sometimes he just isn't really engaged with the game mechanics and he's just kind of fucking around.
And specifically, people like to say that he plays roguelites, some of the roguelites so badly that it rage baits his viewers into going and buying the game to prove that they're better at it.
I mean, I'm not going to lie, it hurts to watch someone play Blueprints and not even try to figure out the parlor puzzles. It's hard to watch. I'm not gonna...
Yes, we both had a period where we were somewhat obsessed with the game Blueprints. That's the color blue and then the word prince, Prince. I gotta say, it's a good game. We're not enough sort of puzzle sickos to kind of 100% that.
The late game gets real fucking slow and obscure.
Yeah. But overall, great game. Would recommend.
I should clarify. When I say the late game, I'm talking about stuff that happens way after you roll credits for the first time.
The rabbit hole goes deep on that one.
It sure does.
Yeah.
But it's bordering on a fucking ARG.
No, it really, I suspect that there's probably stuff that, there's
actually,
way more stuff that people still have, no one in the world has found
there
yet.
straight up might be ARG elements. I would not be surprised.
I would not be surprised at all.
Yeah.
Yeah, all right. But you want to go on to the next one?
Yeah, this is another Beth idea. I thought of this, I was like, I laughed at it to myself. I was like, I'm putting this on the podcast. It's single-use cars.
That's right. And I'll have you know, that's very American.
It's so American. Yeah. Hey, tired of having to refill your gas tank? Gas is expensive. Yeah. Just buy a new car that's pre-filled with gas. Yeah. Drive it to where you need to go. And then you don't have to worry about the logistics of, driving it back or whatever. Yeah, just leave it there. Just fucking leave it there.
Maybe it like self-destructs.
Yeah, it blows up or something.
Maybe. That might be a little dangerous. Maybe a little bit dangerous.
Okay, I was more thinking the company that sold it to you
comes and gets it.
Comes and retrieves it and refills it and then like single-use sells it to some other sucker.
Yeah. Well, is it single use then?
Well, from your perspective, it is.
I guess.
So. From the user perspective. I mean, I was kind of thinking like...
this like...
E-scooters.
Yeah, I was going to say this. That does remind me of the scooters, the e-scooters. There's a period where they were just littering the streets. It's gotten better.
When I had to go to work in Venice, that's the Venice in Southern California, not the one in Italy.
Yes.
Like, I would have to jump over fucking piles of abandoned scooters on the street.
That's how it was. Yeah, I saw a video of someone throwing some of those into Lake Meriden.
Yeah, that sounds about
Which is
right.
that checks out.
Yeah, it seems to vary by where you are, which of the companies are big.
Yes.
But there's a bunch of them.
There's a number of
places I've lived, it's mostly been Lime and Bird, I think.
Yeah, Bird. Whoa, I love Bird. No, not like
this
that.
Is not it's not like Bird. It's like kind of mediocre
words.
Startup called Bird, sorry.
Yeah. Dang.
Oh yeah, side note, I'm irritated by like especially finance startups that are just named like they're a guy.
Oh yeah. It's like, oh yeah, this is Charles.
Yeah, two ones that I know are real are Travis and Dave.
Yeah, and I will say they're always guys' names, right?
Yeah, they're trying to take advantage of a bias.
Yeah,
people have maybe subconsciously that like sort of what sounds like, let's say, a middle-aged white guy approximately
is trustworthy, right?
Is like a trustworthy financial professional or whatever.
Yeah,
it kind of reminds me of how all the like voice assistants basically that I've heard sound approximately like white women local to whatever country you're from.
And I will say that is the default, and often you can change it, but it is notable that that's the default.
And I think that's the default because people, on some level, have a cultural bias towards wanting like someone giving them instructions. They want it to come off like an assistant and therefore a woman. Yeah. Kind of. Well, if a male voice is telling them what to do, some men especially might be like, I don't have to listen to you.
Beth, I'll have you know, it's gay to have a male voice assistant.
Wow.
That's actually homosexual behavior.
Wow, I never knew. Yeah, your daddy is telling you where to drive your car.
Yeah.
Embarrassing.
God, do you think anyone's actually like they set their Google Maps voice to be a guy and then they're horny about it?
Probably.
Turn left at the next intersection. And then they're just like, yes, daddy.
Yeah, there are some internet horny people that I could believe would do that, to be honest with you. I'm thinking about like, there's a tweet I saw that was like a furry getting horny because Gordon Ramsay called someone a dirty fucking puppy or something.
Oh God.
So I feel like...
Oh yeah, no, that makes sense. That makes total sense, actually. Checks out.
Honestly, there's a decent chance you could get like a Gordon Ramsay a voice to tell you where to drive to or
Yeah,
whatever.
I mean, that's true. Something I think about is, and this probably depends on the person, but if Google Maps told you to drive into a lake, would you do it?
Depends how I was feeling that day, maybe.
Yeah.
I drove my car into a lake.
Yeah.
I love it. Yeah, but do you think Gordon Ramsay would be a good Dom? Let us know.
I mean, like, yes, right?
Yeah, it's
pretty
maybe too easy to
yeah.
answer. Yeah.
Going back to the puppy thing, something I've been thinking about is, okay, so there's so many trans puppy girls nowadays. Like, truly, like, kind of an overwhelming number.
There's a lot of them for sure.
There's so many trans puppy girls who are, like, early 20s or whatever, yeah.
They want to be forced to pilot a mech or something, I think.
Yeah, that's I'm a little unclear on the details, but that just seemed to be the case.
There's a whole bunch of youngish, weird, terminally aligned trans women who are into the genre sometimes called mexploitation.
Yeah. Yep.
If you know the game Armored Core 6, it's kind of like that. Like, they want to be called a hound and to have someone use its pronouns for them, but like in a derogatory way.
Yeah, it's a whole thing.
They want to be useful, but not to have agency. They want a handler, etc. It's definitely got some crossover with like people who are into pet play, I think.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. But yeah, something I've been thinking about is back in my day, old person voice, there used to be way more trans cat girls. Like back in like 2016
Okay,
or whatever.
To be fair, we still know like 3 or 4 trans cat girls.
No, right. But there's actually a point I'm trying to get at that. I think there's like some sort of age component where all the cat girls I know are over the age of like 25 now.
Okay, I see what you're saying.
That's probably an exaggeration, but it's kind of true. Like there's a tendency. And then all the younger, a lot of the younger girls are like deer girls or possum girls or rat girls or
I think it's partly maybe
girls, of course, et cetera, et
there's
cetera.
a bit of general tendency for over time for young people to gravitate towards, and this is not even just for Sono specifically, but to kind of self-identifying as like something along the lines of weird little trash gremlins.
Yeah, weird fucked up little guy, maybe.
Yeah. Which I think, I don't know, maybe it speaks to an increasing sort of specific nihilism
or
rejection
alienation?
of alienation or rejection of society or something.
Yeah, there's probably something to that, particularly given the sort of like the way that our culture and society has decided that they hate transgender people somewhat. I don't want to be a bummer, and we don't have to go into it too much, but if you're like, I don't like human society, it's like, okay, yeah, I can't really blame.
I mean, yeah, fair enough. If you want to be a raccoon who lives in a gutter and comes out at night to eat people's trash,
I can't blame you.
Fair enough. Fair enough.
That's fair. All right.
Oh, this is relevant to something we talked about earlier, actually. Yeah. The next idea. So, Adi, you want to...
So the idea is basically a dick pic speedrun.
Yeah.
So I was mentioning earlier, I reactivated Grindr and got a dick pic within like 30 seconds. I didn't actually time it, but it was like extremely fast. Also, I gotta say, I'm pretty sure it was from a guy who was like 300 feet away. I'm like, oh man.
Wait, do you think he lived in our apartment complex?
Maybe. I mean, he might have been just outside nearby or something. But
which of those is better?
I'm not sure.
Guy who slowly drives around looking at Grindr. That might be a real guy. Unfortunately.
Yeah, they call that cruising. No.
No, of course.
Anyway, yeah, so my PB is something like 30 seconds. I do think you could beat it. I will say, I think the problem with this is it's very RNG.
Yeah. It's also not exactly fair between people, of course.
You mean if... some people are going to get them faster just based on how they look. Is that what you mean?
Yes, that's what I mean.
Well, okay, hear me out. What if you're allowed to use other people's... you don't have to use pictures of yourself.
Oh, interesting. Well, then the meta is going to become trying to figure out sort of what photo can I steal that's like optimized for
actually, maybe
Grindr
we don't
attention.
want to encourage that.
I don't know if that's a good thing to
encourage that. It is kind of an interesting question.
Yeah, like... But, it's sort of an interesting question, like, who could you find a photo of that would get, like, the quickest engagement on a Grindr? Because I don't really know the answer.
Yeah, I genuinely don't know. It is, like, are tops or bottoms in more demand?
Yeah, like, also what
gender?
What gender, basically.
Yeah, I don't know.
It's
kind of an interesting
do you
question.
want this sort of stereotypical, like, sort of cut, like, buff, shaved gay guy, mask gay guy?
Maybe.
Because that's perennially popular with the gay guys, of course.
But
also, like, Grindr is not despite what some people seem to think, Grindr is not like solely gay guys.
Yeah,
like
there's lots of transgender people on there.
And of course, because there's transgender people, there's a bunch of chasers.
Yes.
Because literally any like dating or hookup
Yeah.
app that has trans people, there will also be
It's
chasers. It's pretty much
true.
unavoidable. Maybe if you were like, when you sign up, you have to prove you're transgender, but
No, that's a bad idea.
in
That
its
has
own way.
its own massive problems. I think that is really, really, really not a good idea.
Yeah, that sounds like very literal gatekeeping who counts as transgender.
Yeah,
So probably don't.
There's that good.
I don't know if it's a good
That's not
solution.
good. Oh, right. Actually, though, going back to my my ideas. So yeah, an app could use dick pics for identification. They can generate like a unique fingerprint ID based on pictures of your penis.
Sorry.
And that's how they identify you.
You mean a penis print?
A penis print. I'm so sorry. Of course, a penis print. They can generate a unique penis print just for you. Now, are there penis doppelgangers?
I mean, there must be, right?
Presumably there are, right?
Probably more than like fingerprints, I imagine.
Yeah.
I think there's less axes they can vary.
Well, what are some axes?
Well, okay, for penises.
Length, obviously.
I mean, length, girth, foreskin amount, I guess.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't just mean if you're circumcised or
Right,
not.
but some people have like a 5 skin. They got some bonus
people got
material.
some people got a turtleneck going, you know.
They got some DVD extras.
DVD extras.
Don't
Okay, I
worry
wasn't
about it.
expecting that.
Okay.
Maybe, well, okay. Something to think about for the future. What would DVD stand for in
Yeah,
this context?
I'll have to ponder that. I'll have to ponder
My brain
that.
mainly said dick, vagina, dick, but that doesn't actually make sense.
The old dick vagina dick. Yeah, so
Color.
Color, of course, yes.
Like the extent to which maybe they're curved to
Yes.
a direction.
Right, because it's not just if they're curved, it's how they're curved.
Yeah. How much? To what extent, and also what
And also,
direction?
hear me out. What's the angle if you're dangled?
Yeah. I guess it's also a question of like theoretically you could be a penis doppelganger for someone when you're both erect, but you look more different when you're both flaccid.
Yeah, grower versus shower. That's interesting. That's interesting.
I feel like
ponder that.
realistically, people would be probably the most interested in comparing erect penises. Let's be
I
real.
mean, people like erect penises. To be honest with you,
I've heard.
The
I've
people,
I've
they
heard
like
that.
them.
I've heard that. Yeah.
I'm not saying all of the people like them, but I'm saying some of the
Okay.
people definitely.
But
like
do any of the people like pathetic limpitant penises?
Yeah, I think they. I think they might.
Wow, but that dribble useless,
Yeah,
or something like that.
Okay. All right. Yeah,
I'm saying this to cause you psychic damage.
It's somewhat successful.
You probably built up some tolerance from weirdos on Blue Sky.
Honestly, yeah. I will say there's a certain type of guy who basically his profile pic is like his limpitant penis, and then he's like, "Wow, I wish someone look at my cock. Whoa, it's so small. Wow, I wish someone hot would make fun of my cock."
Yeah, and I think this is a genre of guy where like they will, unlike most guys, they'll take dick pics trying to make it look
Yes.
small.
Oh, for sure. Yeah, which is it is interesting. Also, I don't know if I've talked about this in the podcast before. Guys on average are so bad at taking dick pics. Like it's truly astounding the low quality of these dick pics out there.
Well, it's because they're horny. They're lying in bed. They have their phone. The lights are like
I
lower
know.
off, and they just like they don't have like a tripod or a
Yeah,
timer.
it's just like, have you motherfuckers heard about lighting and also having photos that aren't blurry? Are you familiar with?
Well, Amy, you have to understand. A lot of these guys are like fucking stupid.
Yeah, well, okay.
And they're like, whoa, a hot woman posted nudes. Surely she would like it if I responded with my own nudes.
That's something else I complain about. Is like that's generally not the case.
Yeah.
Like, look, if I want to see dick pics, I could. Okay,
It's not hard. There's no.
I'm good.
There's really no shortage
Here's
of
the
them.
thing. Also, is like I'm not even against seeing a penis. The problem is, first off, if it's like unsolicited, that's bad. But the other thing is, like I said, like
It's low quality.
it's low quality. Like if you take a nice pic, it includes more of your body. It's well lit, etc., etc. Like it's actually, I would rather see that. I mean, I still don't want to see it unsolicited, but like all things considered, that is better.
Yeah, and especially if it's like a trans woman doing it, then
Well,
you'd probably be more interested.
Yeah.
Let's be real.
It's true. I was posting on Blue Sky. I was saying, "Hello, cis men. If you feminize yourself, I'd probably be more likely to message you back."
That's
Which is true.
That is-
but I was kind of saying it as a joke, but also it's true.
yeah. Well, you basically got a response from one person who was like, "Wow, beast."
Yeah, pretty much. Obviously, that person was trans, of course.
To no one's surprise, yeah. Good username,
Yeah, you want to say it?
FemK Ultra.
Yeah, good username. Shout out. All right, that's enough penis talk for now.
Our
reached our quota
new
of penis
podcast,
talk.
Penis Talk. It's like car talk.
I
Do
feel
people
like-
know what car talk is?
I mean, I know. It was an NPR thing, and it had some brothers.
Yeah.
They talked about car problems, but also they just kind of yapped. I mean, they're pretty good yappers, to be honest. I don't dislike that.
Yeah.
Right. So this next idea, I'm a poster syndrome. So if you're not familiar, imposter syndrome is basically when you're like,
Sus?
no, actually, it's not like that. It's when you kind of have doubts about your ability to do something. You're like, oh man, I'm worse at this thing than everyone else.
They made,
et cetera.
they made a mistake hiring me.
Yeah,
Or whatever.
exactly.
I have no idea what I'm doing.
Yeah, but then a lot of the time it's like, actually, you're fine.
Yeah.
That's imposter syndrome. So I'm poster syndrome
It's when you're posting.
is when you're poster.
It's when you like, I have to post dumb shit on the internet. So Amy and I think we
Yes,
both have I'm
I
poster
do have
syndrome.
that is unfortunately a syndrome. I literally can't resist the urge to post stupid shit on the internet, and I'm not even really kidding.
I mean, that's kind of why we're doing this
Yes.
podcast, essentially.
It's true. It's a great outlet for our stupid shit.
Now we're posting stupid shit on the internet, ... with our mouths.
Yeah, it's true. I've said it before. Podcasting is kind of like posting with your mouth.
Yeah, post-casting, is this anything?
Postcasting, maybe. I'll
You'll have to let that one marinate.
Yeah, I'll have to let that one marinate.
Oh yeah, next up, we have a good new word that Amy coined.
Yeah, oh yeah, Eurodivergent. So I suspect a lot of our listeners know the word neurodivergent.
Really, you think so?
I will say, I get a little bit annoyed sometimes because there's some people who just basically use it to mean autistic when
Right, that's...
I feel like strictly speaking, it incorporates other
At the
things.
very least, it should be including ADHD people. And
Yeah.
there's some other stuff where people debate if it counts. Like, I was looking this up because I have diagnosed OCD. I was like, do people consider that to be neurodivergent? And the answer is
it depends.
they don't really agree. Some
Yeah.
people seem to have a slightly broader term they used, which is instead neurodiverse, I think.
Oh, okay.
But
sure.
it doesn't seem to be nearly as common as a term.
Yeah, right. I guess that makes sense. Yeah, anyway, we had a friend who immediately was like, wow, that's me.
Yeah, he grew up in the former Yugoslavia.
Yeah, so he's European, and I mean, I'm not gonna lie, pretty sure he's neurodivergent.
It's definitely
Seems
possible.
very probable. Oh yeah, actually, you want to go to ad?
Oh, yeah.
For the low price of $99.99, all shit your pants, anytime, any place. Need to go home early from work? All shit your pants. Gotta get out of a date? All shit your pants. Need to ruin a funeral? All shit your pants. Need a heavy hitter? Just call the shitter. Call 1-800-SHIT-PANTS now. That's 1-800-SHIT-PANTS. Right, actually, something we were talking about, and I think we're going to wrap it up soon. We have a lot of friends who got kicked out of Sunday school for asking too many questions. We were thinking about this.
Yeah, at least 3 set people separately, it turns
And
out.
I'm like, it turns out we're just friends with the sort of person who got kicked out of Sunday school for asking too many questions.
Yeah, I mean, I never went to Sunday school. But
Yes,
if I had,
I probably would have been kicked
there's a
out.
good chance, because I used to piss off teachers by sort of debating them or asking too many
Yeah,
questions.
so I feel like I definitely would have been had I gone. Yeah, and we had lunch with a friend yesterday who was saying he got kicked out for being like, wait, why is Diablo 2 banned?
Yeah, that's right.
Because you're fighting the demons.
Yeah,
so what's
exactly.
what's the problem?
Yeah.
Fine.
But about Eurodivergent, I wanted to say, that's if you have a friend where you're like, oh, so that's why he's so into electronic music.
Yeah.
Oh, that's why he keeps talking about whether this game Gothic is.
Okay, that's a little bit of a niche one, but I think some
It's
of
a-
our listeners
That's
will
a banger
appreciate
joke about Europeans, if you ask me.
Uh-huh. Yeah, I think it is. Let's see. Well, thank you for listening to Shitpost Mortem once again.
I guess we should read the credits.
Yeah, I guess we should. All right. Oh my god, it's the credits.
We literally had that written down as part of the credits
Yeah.
because I thought it was funny. Hosts, Amy and Beth.
Editor, Amy. That's
Linguistics
me.
consultant, Beth, that's me.
And our intro music, our wonderful banger intro music, is by Bruhisma. That's with a B-R-U-X.
I literally wrote out the words B, R, U, and then also X, which I think is more debatable if it's a word, but like ECKS.
I don't. You know what? It's a word to me.
Okay.
I'm gonna play us out.
That's the ASM Hydra sound. We love this device.